Yes, Nanoless has cancelled Bao and Silvervale's model, and this video, much like the last video, I'm going to be relying on the viewer for some context regarding this video, because all this video is going to prove is that Nanoless cancelled Bao and Silvervale's model. Now, the context I'm asking help for is seeing, is it true that Nanoless overworks herself to the point where she has to cancel model commissions? Is it true that she is workaholic, she works too much, and she cancels models for health reasons? So I'm gonna need some help in that insight, because when I look it up, all I see is just the Sinder controversy, nothing new. But I've been hearing from people that, hey, she tends to overwork herself and cancel models because of it. At least that's how I understand it. So I'm going to be relying on the viewer yourself to give me some context regarding that. Because, like I said, this video is only going to prove that, hey, Nanoless really did cancel Silvervale and Bao's model. So, with that being said, keep in mind there's going to be a lot of assumptions and bias going into this video. And another new thing, someone reached out to me and gave me screenshots of convos from Nanoless's Discord server called the Nanoless Chicken Cult. Now, I'm not even a part of the Discord server, but you can if you want. There's a post of it, and she posted it on May 7th, 2023, but the screenshots that was sent to me was from the general chat of the Discord server, so this is basically just public knowledge. So there is that. So to get this party started, let's look at the earliest model cancellation that occurred from the doc timeline provided from everyone just putting docs with allegations against Sinder. So we'll start off by going to Silvervale's Google Doc. In Silvervale's Google Doc, when you go to a certain section of it, you can see that there is a screenshot of Nanoless telling Silver on August 17th, 2023 at 10:31 p.m. saying, Silver, I have to cancel the model comm. I'm sorry, my manager told me I have to cancel the most comms possible for healthy reasons. I've been working too hard and it's getting into me. I really apologize for this inconvenience. Now, here, she literally states herself she canceled due to healthy reasons. So, came from herself. So, is there additional context? And apparently, there is in the screenshot sent to me by an anonymous source. So, let me go ahead and open up, you guessed it, Microsoft Paint. So I can just plaster the screenshots on here. So we're going to focus on Silvervale's cancellation real quick and see if there's any added context to it. So the cancellation occurs on November 17th. So there is something that occurred on November 17th, according to the screenshot sent to me by the anonymous source. See, can you guys see it? Yeah, you can. So here on November 17th, 2023 at 15:33 hours, Nanoless states, I tasted a bit of Monster yesterday. It fucked up my sleep. Now, if you look closely at the date, it's different. It is days, months, years, and then in a 24-hour system, hence the 15:33. So there's that. That's the same day that Nanoless messages Silvervale and says, sorry, I have to cancel it for health reasons. Now, there is a screenshot of a convo that happens the next day to kind of help bolster the claim that, hey, Nano actually just canceled due to health reasons. Now, let me go ahead and take you out, push you in there. There it is. Please tell me you can see it. Yes, you can. So yes, on November 18th, 2023 at 3:54 p.m. Now it's changed. Now it's 3:54 p.m. It's in the 12 a.m. p.m. timeline, and it's month, day, and then year. Nanoless states, had take some action about my calm wait list, but I'm healthier and less stressed. And people are saying, nice, Nano streams return soon, TM. And she's doing it because, hey, she's healthier and less stressed for doing that. And that's in regards to Silvervale. So, that could potentially support more of the narrative that, hey, Nano canceled for health reasons, not because they were pressured by Red and Cinder. Now, that's the assumption I'm going to make here, based off the screenshots I was sent. And I was sent a lot. I was sent a lot of screenshots. But I decided to pick and choose which ones that I think would pertain, which would correlate better to the narrative here. So you can tell it's very biased. So there is that. Now, moving on, let's go ahead and go to Val's model cancellation, which we can see from Val's X post here in response to Cinder's apology, where she starts off by saying, how can you say you didn't know, and provides 3 screenshots. And here's the funny thing. She provides a screenshot here that's not in any of the docs, if you didn't know. It's apparently from the Girly Pop group chat, and you can see here on August 6th, 2024, 6:40 p.m., Val says, Smooge, Nano had to drop me as a client because her work schedule is too hectic, meaning that she was too busy, she was overworked. So there's that. So we can actually go to some of the screenshots sent to me by the anonymous source to support this claim that, hey, she quit because too much work. So let me go ahead and look at some of the screenshots here to get there. And there's a lot of screenshots that was sent, guys. So it's a jumbled mess, and I'm not organized. So this is going to be a very heavily disorganized video. So in July, a month before the cancellation, someone by the name of Mio says this, and this is a month before the cancellation on her Discord server. Mio says on July 3rd, 2024, 3:30-100, so it's like the 24-hour system, different dating system here. Mio says, I'm not saying names, but Nano already had to refuse com for a lot of big and interesting people, TBH. Too much backlog already, I'd assume. I mean, she don't have backlog, but a fake. She scheduled for each month and then charge when she starts, so she won't have that mind pressure. And then there's a continuation of that convo here. Boop, boop. So here, Mio then says, so technically no backlog, but fully booked. Makes sense. Charging in advance for all clients at once is how you make your brain explode. And then says, this person says, and gives them a right to complain if too slow, while if they don't have any money in. So just from Mio in the convo, she's booked. So this is a month before. Okay. Now that we know that, let's move on to the month of August. So here, there is something that is brought to my attention. On August 1st, 2024, Nano is doing an allergy test. So it seems like she's suffering from allergies, which is pretty rough. Sorry to see that. And then she also says it's because of dust as well, which is shown here in this screenshot that I was sent. And then on the 5th of August, she says, morning, Mono Nation. Today I'm doing blood tests. Being an adult is tiring. So, like, it seems like she's doing a lot of stuff to take care of her health, and that is just exhausting, especially when dealing with allergies. So I can understand if Nano at this point is just exhausted. Right? And then on August 6th, 2024, she states, good morning, Mono Nation. Today I'm home all day, finally. Which, hilariously enough, if I got my dates right, is the same day, right? Yeah. Same day that Bao says, hey, Nana had to drop me as a client because of her work. And it just, her schedule's too hectic. Which, it is true because we saw a month prior, Mio said that Nano was booked, right? And then Nano had to deal with allergies, she had to take a blood test. That's already exhausting enough. And then she finally got home on April 6th, 2024, and then this happens, which totally understandable on Nano's part if she had to cancel for health reasons because she had a blood test and she had an allergy test. Whole shebang, that is just absolutely draining. So that's totally understandable. But mind you, she says this the day Bao says that Nano dropped her as a client. Now, I want to continue forward with the messages that I was sent throughout the month of August, because it gets a bit more interesting here. Okay. So, on the same day, on August 6th, 2024, she says, I had an afternoon nap. I hate myself. Honestly, after everything she's been through, I don't blame her. Blood test, allergy test, you name it. She's been through a lot already. So yeah, she had an afternoon nap that same day. Now, if we move on to the next day, August 7th, 2024, she says, I slept at noon again and I feel like shit. I hate it. She is suffering. Like, she is not in a good mindset to do work. She's focusing on herself. She's trying to recover. That's what I'm understanding from the screenshots provided. Oops. Let's go ahead. This. And then on August 10th, she says she played 12 hours nonstop of Supermarket Simulator. Okay, cool. How does that match in? Well, she has a lot of work, but she decided to play 12 hours of Supermarket Simulator, plus she's dealing with an allergy, plus she's dealing with like some sort of like blood test, all that stuff. And then here, she then says this on August 12th, 2024. Good morning, Mono Nation. I had a good time ignoring responsibilities to play games. Now we back to grind NDA work. So, that is the stuff related to the whole bow model cancellation thing. Now, I know what you're thinking at this point, right? Godfred, those are just some random DMs. How does that like mesh? And the truth is, it could or it couldn't. These are assumptions I'm making. For example, with Silvervale, the screenshots that I showed, that was sent to me even, just show that it feels like Nano really was trying to take care of herself, and canceling the model commissions is what it took to make her feel healthier and less stressed. That's in terms of Silvervale back in 2023. Now in 2024, the screenshots I showed you, she was dealing with a lot, like allergy test, blood test. Like, she was feeling bad. She was sleeping a lot. She was dealing with some sort of sickness or some sort of ailment, as far as I understand. So it would make sense to cancel Bao's model for health-related stuff. And plus, she literally admitted that she played 12 hours of Supermarket Simulator, and then she literally said that what did she say? She said she had a good time ignoring responsibility to play games, and then she went back to grinding NDA work on August 12th, 2024. Excuse me, that was the dinner I had. So, yeah, there is a lot of holes with these assumptions that I've made, but here's one key point that I want to point out. Nowhere in the screenshots that was sent to me by an anonymous source is redacted ever mentioned in them, or anything like that. Now, the counter argument is it could have been done privately, because obviously it's redacted, did the sole communication with Nano as stated in Sinder's apology. But the point of this is to throw some stuff out there and see what you guys think. Do you guys think that what I showed actually connects to the cancellations? Or does it not? And honestly, I'd like some help in understanding if, hey, was Nanoless actually overworked to the point where she had to cancel models for health reasons? Because based on what was sent to me about with those convos that happened around the same time those cancellations happened, it seems like Nano really did cancel those models for her own well-being, especially with the Silvervale model where she says she had to attack her calm list, but she feels more healthier and less stressed because of it. Excuse me. And then in August, she had to deal with an allergy test and a blood test, and she was just feeling bad during around that time where Bao says, hey, Nano dropped me because her work schedule's too hectic. Plus, I did show you that a month before August, on July, like July 3rd or around like that time, Miu did say that she was booked. Like, booked solid, apparently. So, with those factors in mind, what do you guys think? Do you think, like I said earlier, hey, Nano canceled to take care of her own health? Or, hey, these are just a nothing burger? Up to you guys to decide. I just thought I'd throw that out there for discussion. But what does this all mean? It means that Nanoless did in fact cancel Bao and Silvervale's model. And it could be potentially for the reason that she was trying to take care of her well-being. Now, with that being said, all the sources I used for this video, I'll put in the description below. Like I said, these screenshots that this anonymous source sent me was apparently in the general chat of the... what was the Discord server called again? The Nanoless Chicken Cult Discord server. So, I encourage you, the viewer, please, to go to the source, so that way you can come to your own independent conclusion. And if you could, confirm for me that those messages exist in that Discord server. Because though I was just sent some stuff, I threw it out there, and I'd like you guys to help me out with this to confirm whether it's true and your thoughts on the matter. So, yeah, everything's going to be in the description below that I can provide. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Like I said, I don't know if I said it, heavily disorganized video.